There's a key congressional race in Central Texas with national implications. It's considered safe by the National Democratic Party, but they're dead wrong. There are some factors in this unique district that merit a closer look.
Hi, I'm Rob Curnock. I'm a conservative Republican, but I agree with Democrats on one thing. We need change. Change in Congress. This year, we've got a real choice between two directions for America.
Stretching across 12 counties in Central Texas, District 17 is one of the most conservative Republican districts in the country. Based on statewide and presidential numbers, Republican voting strength is over 64%. Yet 2004 and 2006 were difficult years for the Republican District 17 congressional candidates, compounded by costly and nasty primaries. Fortunately for Republicans, the 2008 cycle is completely different. For the first time in 12 years, Republicans did not have a primary fight. So for the first time in 12 years, the Republican nominee is debt-free and ready for battle in the general election.
In the past, we've had bloody primaries, things that drug on way past when they should have, and you wind up having a very divided Republican Party that went for the incumbent. I believe this year presents us the first opportunity in the last 8 at least that we have a candidate that we can get behind and support.
The key battleground in the district is McLennan County, with the main population centered in Waco. The incumbent has been overwhelming the rest of the district with a strong showing in Waco and McLennan County. But for the first time since the new District 17 was reconfigured by the Texas legislature in 2002, Republicans have nominated a candidate who lives and works in Waco and will strongly compete for those votes. A communications graduate of Baylor University, Rob went to work at KWTX-TV in Waco as a news reporter and sports anchor. He also began his current successful business in 1985. As a longtime business owner and 10-year Waco television personality, Rob has a good deal of name recognition in Central Texas. This is critical in neutralizing the advantage of the incumbent in McLennan County. Edwards was a state senator in 1990 when he moved to Waco and won the congressional seat by portraying himself as a conservative. But as a Democrat trying to get ahead in Washington, Edwards generally voted with his liberal party leadership. When Nancy Pelosi publicly touted him as a potential vice president for Obama, it completed the exposure of Edwards' true liberal leanings.
Barack Obama is the change we need.
When a politician representing a conservative area like Central Texas votes to cut off funding for the troops in Iraq and force them out in defeat, put ultra-leftist Obama in the White House, refuses to encourage domestic oil drilling and the building of new refineries, extend amnesty to illegal aliens, enact most proposed tax increases, block tax cuts, halt income tax reform, support gun control, keep partial birth abortion legal, and enhance the power of big government, just to name a few, he's not representing the people of this area. But assuming the normal past election totals in this district, if the Republican can get just 4 to 7% of Republican ticket splitters to stay with us, the seat moves into the Republican column. And it appears that Edwards is not going to hold those Republicans this year.
Let me be straightforward and say to you that in the past, a lot of Republicans, I being one of them, have voted for the current congressman. But that old dog won't hunt anymore. We've learned our lesson, and I think the Republicans are going to stand in line supporting Rob Curnock.
It will take a special candidate to bring those Republicans back. A candidate who can effectively communicate ideas, goals, and beliefs. Someone who can motivate voters to go with their gut instinct and values and elect a representative who will actually represent those values.
I believe that I represent those folks in Central Texas who believe in a very conservative point of view and a whole different direction that we want to take America and that we think America wants to go and needs to go.
Rob Curnock is that candidate. He's been active in politics for over 25 years. He's been the public relations chair for the McLennan County GOP, a state and county delegate, precinct chairman, election judge, and is a gubernatorial appointee serving on a business advisory panel to the TCEQ, a position he was appointed to by then Governor Bush and reappointed by Governor Perry. Rob is a former auto worker who put himself through Baylor University. His background is communications, and his business is television and radio production. He can use both to the utmost and at very little cost. He'll get more out of contributions than anyone else could ever hope to in a campaign. Rob is a regular guy, and that's the type of person it will take to attract younger, less partisan voters who sometimes vote on more than just the issues. Rob is a dedicated idealist who lives by a consistent conservative philosophy and will vote accordingly. Rob stands strongly for victory in the war on terror, no matter where our troops are fighting. He supports drilling in Anwar and off our shores to help reduce the price of gas. Rob wants our borders secure and illegal immigration under control. He'll fight for lower taxes, less government interference in our personal lives, a complete overhaul of the tax code, and a myriad of other conservative values.
This is the first time in a while that I've been here that I can say that we truly have somebody we're excited to vote for.
Rob is winning back ticket-splitting Republicans by informing them that the incumbent voted to cut off the funding for the troops in Iraq and endorsed Obama for president. After their initial shock that Edwards would do either of those things, they almost always volunteer that this time they'll stick with the Waco Republican. This is the basic goal of the Curnock campaign, to inform the Republican ticket splitters of those two issues alone. With your donation, we can effectively get the word out in a big way and hold those votes. Remember, we just need 4 to 7% of them, and we win. If we take this seat, conservatives will pick up a net gain of 2 seats in the House, and Nancy Pelosi will face another dedicated opponent blocking her radical socialist agenda. Obama will have one less ally on Capitol Hill, and a Republican president will have one more vote to count on as America battles through these difficult times. Please join us in this fight and donate to this very winnable race. If you want more conservatives in the House, then donate to the Curnock for Congress campaign. Please visit our website at curnockforcongress.com or send a donation to Curnock for Congress, Post Office Box 8800, Waco, Texas 76714. This is your chance to stand up for the America we grew up loving.